Hey guys, okay, so it's Sunday morning, actually Sunday afternoon. Back out, gonna work on the tilt column here and dismantle it. I found some instructions online, and it actually turns out that it's fairly straightforward to come apart. This metal piece just pulls off. You can use a pulley puller. It's a pretty thin wall, so I'll be careful with it, but I don't think it'll be a problem. And a nice exploded view of it, that should be a lot of help. So I'm going to pull that apart, blast the small pieces, and I'll probably just, I don't know what I'll do with the big piece. I'll probably just sand it with, a disc in the die grinder. Like I said the other day, snow is all gone. It's not too bad a day today, ignoring the rain. It's about 7 Celsius, or I don't know what that works out to, somewhere around 45 Fahrenheit. So it's not too bad, considering that we're well into December now. Well, anyways, these guys want to play. They're not going to get to play. I'm going to do some work, and we'll go from here. Oh, this stuff turned out, looks like it turned out okay. I'll take it apart. I'll put the steering box on, and go from there. Okay, just for anybody's own reference with these GM columns, or at least this GM column, this piece is a separate piece. I used a slide hammer to pull it off, and I basically worked it all the way around so I wasn't going to bend anything. Next step to take apart a tilt column is you got to take the pivot pins out, and they're threaded, so you just have to get a bolt in there, and once again I'll use the slide hammer to yank that out. Okay, so the pins are out. This is what they look like. They're just a press fit, and I use this with this what I believe is about a number 8 screw in it, and this goes in my slide hammer like that. So one good yank and it came out. Now the next thing to do is I have to drive this pin out, which retains these other 2 pivot points. I don't know what they're called. You'll have to bear with me on that one. Okay, there's the, I don't know what you want to call it, head piece, pivoting piece. Turns out I didn't need to drive that pin out. If I would have just, because that's just the pivot for the tilt mechanism, tilt latching mechanism. Oops. I could have just pulled the tilt lever and it would have released tension on that. Oh, there we go. That's going to have to go in the parts washer now. Another good reason not to take it out. So next thing is I've got to take that end off of there, and then I've got to drive this bearing off of here, and then this shaft should pull out. Okay, excusing the incredibly messy table here. I got the shaft out. I just wrapped it on this end with a rubber mallet, and it drove through the bearing on this end, which should come out now, actually. Yeah, there we go. That looks pretty crusty. Oh yeah, look at that, it's bone dry in there. So I'll have to see if there's an identifying mark on here, and see if I can replace it. This is actually 2 pieces here. The bearing metal part is separate from the plastic piece. The plastic piece is an adapter. So hopefully there's a number on here. If not, I'll have to look it up online. So next, take these 4 bolts out. This piece should come out, and at that point the shift actuator tube should come out as well. And then this thing is fully apart. I can blast the little pieces, wire wheel the rest. I wire wheel this just to make it easier to drive it off the bearing. Okay, I don't know how I'm going to show this because I'm holding the light and I'm holding the camera. The camera light won't turn on. If you look, you can see I've taken this piece off here. It was just held on with 4 bolts, which in my case all 4 were loose enough that I just undid them with a socket, handheld socket, so I'm not sure what was going on there, but in any case, okay, if you look in here, you can see there's a retainer right here. That should just pop off, and then this tube will slide out, which is the shifter tube, and then this piece should be able to come out as well. This is the main tube here, and at that point this housing should come off as well. Okay, so I had a look at the bearings at the top of the shaft, and they both look like they're okay. The bottom bearing is just completely toast. You can see there's balls missing, or if they're maybe that's made the way it's supposed to be, but it certainly doesn't seem right. It seems to have a lot of play in it. So I'll have to see if I can find a replacement of those. I'll blast it to see if I can uncover any numbers on the back side of it. Otherwise, I'll have to go and do some research and figure out what that might possibly be. Apart from that, what am I painting here? Indicator, this housing, just the edge of this housing here. I'll probably mask the rest off, like maybe up to this edge, which is going to be covered up, but mask the rest of it off just to keep it from getting too oversprayed up. I'm going to paint the lower portion of this shaft because that's visible. The whole of the column is going to get painted. This is all going to get painted gloss black. That's going to get painted as well. There's going to be a few bits and pieces I'm sure that I'm missing out on that will be like this bolt for the coupler there. So big stuff I'm just going to clean up with the wire wheel, wherever that is, sitting over there. And I got my glasses here as well. And get to it. There's a few other bits and pieces that I want to actually do. Actually, here's something I might do before I go and get too far along on this. I've got the vent covers here, and they're pretty crusty looking. So what I'm going to do is, you can actually get the it looks like rubber, but it's actually some kind of a foamy substance. I'll look around and see if I can pick some up locally, but I've seen that LMC actually sells that piece. So what I might do is I might just knock all these rivets out, separate two pieces, blast it, and prime and paint it as well. Okay, so all my parts are cleaned, and I've etched them, acid etch primered them. They don't look great, but the parts that are critical are done. And I've got some primer epoxy to top coat this, and then I'm going to gloss black it. Okay, that's 2 coats of epoxy over the etch primer here. Looking pretty good, except for one thing that I'm really disappointed about. Dent. So, I haven't decided if I'm just going to paint over it and fix it some other time, or what. I might spray everything else and not spray that, then do the bodywork on that. But then it kind of just comes down to, well, why not just do it all? I haven't decided yet. I got an hour before I can top coat this anyways, so I'm going to shut everything down and decide then. I do want to do the bodywork. Okay, so I've decided already. There's no point. I'm going to come out tomorrow, and I'm going to do the bodywork on that, and I'll have to re-prime that, and then that'll be done. Because if I'm going to do it at a later date, why not just do it now? So, okay guys, that's it for today. I'm tempted to spray everything else, but you know what? I'll hold off and wait till tomorrow night. Hopefully it won't be too cold.